All right, so we are ready to go here in just a few minutes. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Awesome. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my world. You are listening to IBGR Network, now known as International Business Growth Radio, Profit Radio, in other words. So, you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. Everybody needs a little TLC, and I'm Cedrick LaFleur. I am your host for today, and you are right here listening to IBGR.network. And I want you to go to IBGR.network and get the show notes, but I have an even better place for you to go. What I want you to do is to go over to the App Store or the Play Store for Android and type in IBGR, and boom, you can download the app. And guess what, folks? When you download the app, man, you're going to have a powerful piece of equipment in your hand. This app is going to allow you to listen to the show. It's going to allow you to get my show notes, and you want to get my show notes. I tell you, I put a lot of work into it. And then it's going to allow you to listen to all the different other on-air talent that we have on IBGR.network. And let me tell you what, folks, I love to call it IBGR to go. It's right in your hands with you. So go ahead and go to the App Store and download that. Today, we're going to be talking about empowering others to develop others. Now, before we get started, I have a little quick story. I always like to tell you a story. So, after winning his third world championship, bull rider Tuff Hedeman didn't do a big celebration. He didn't want a big celebration. He moved on to Denver, Colorado to start the next season and start the whole process of training and developing and winning a championship all over again. His comment was, the bull won't know what I did last week. You get that? The bull won't know what I did last week. So whether you are an untested rookie or a successful veteran, if you want to be a champion tomorrow, you have to be teachable today. So today we're going to be talking about developing others. And you know what? In order to help others develop, they have to be teachable. They have to be coachable, but we have to be ready to teach and lead and guide people. So, but even before we get into the show, I have something else for you. I know that on the radio, you might not notice, but people that are watching online and they can see me now for the first time. And guess what? I have some new glasses and I can see you too. So I'm excited that you're here with us. I have a guest host in the studio with us today, and her name is Miss Johanna Rincon. No, let me say that again. Miss Johanna Rincon with internal alignment, and she's sitting in today, and she's just going to be here and she's going to help me out a little bit. So let's welcome Miss Johanna Rincon to Talk Leadership with Cedrick.
Well, thank you so much, Cedrick. I'm excited to be here. And again, I'm super thrilled to share this time with you here today. Thank you.
Well, awesome. So go ahead and get the show notes, download the app. IBGR to go is what I call it, and you're going to have power in the palm of your hand. All right, so folks, let's dive in. Why do you want to empower people? Why do you want to help people get better, get faster, get stronger so they can be champions tomorrow? See, my reply, let me tell you this. My reply to this is, and I got to confess. Now, I'm in confession, all right? So just bear with me here. See, the reason I want to do it is because it's for selfish reasons. See, that reason is because I want to give them stuff that I don't want to do. So you know what I do? I just delegate it away. Now, you see, that's not the correct reason, but I'm sure you've done that before, right? Or you've heard of someone who's done that before, right? Now, let's be honest with each other, right? Sometimes we push things off that we don't want to do on other people. Every now and then it happens to me, but I push back. All right. So let me challenge your thinking a little bit, though. Right. See, the real reason to empower others is to benefit them, to help them focus and develop their potential. You see, because as leaders, whoo, man, I love that word, leaders, we should always be in the people development business. Even those words sound so good together, right, Johanna? People development business, right? That's just awesome. Say that again.
That sounds beautiful. I love that.
Absolutely. So now we're going to talk about 6 strategies to help you develop your team's potential. And when we frame and enter into empowerment by thinking we want to help develop their potential, it changes the way we empower other people. Woo, man. The words I'm using today are even bigger. Johanna's here today, so I'm using big words. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Bill and Donna, you guys are listening. I'm using big words today. All right. So, are you tired of giving people something? Then at best, they do it poorly or they don't do it at all. Right. See, when we change how we do it, it increases the success pattern because they feel empowered. There goes that word again.
Feel empowered. I love it. Awesome. So here we go. So we're going to give you, as Cedrick just mentioned, we're going to give you 6 steps, to develop others. All right. So here's the challenge. Let's spend some time discussing your thoughts on people development. All right. So what actions do you take to develop your people and why?
Hey,
right?
Turn the volume up a little bit.
That's a great question. Let's see here. Yeah, it's all the way on.
Okay.
That is a really good question, Cedrick. What actions do you take to develop your people? Ask questions often, right, Cedrick? I think a lot of times we miss asking the right amount of questions. And if you want to help them develop, you should ask more questions versus giving instructions. I think as leaders, sometimes we like to tell people what to do, right? And we like to tell people what to do and we don't ask questions. So you see, your future leaders need to know that a great discussion is the precursor to a great decision. So meaningful dialogues help. They're going to help that person develop in their decision-making process. That's why it's really important to ask questions. So ask good questions, right? Not leading questions. You want to ask truly authentic, self-reflecting questions. Also, another important thing, Cedrick, offer the feedback. Ask the question and then give them the feedback on their answer. However, and here's the trick, not correction or direction. Let them determine the direction. This is the one thing. This is the most important part of people development. What do you think about that, Cedrick?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's amazing. Here's what I want to do. I want to give you the second reason, because I love what Johanna said about the first one. You got to ask more questions, right? Sometimes we want to tell people, but I love asking questions. So we got to remember to ask those questions. So I want to give you number 2. Number 2 is listen closely, right? So people feel valued when they feel heard, right? See, it was once said, being heard is so close to being loved that for the average person, they are almost indistinguishable. You understand what I'm saying? See, sometimes it's better to hear more from the new people rather than the more experienced people. Johanna, let me tell you what, a lot of leaders are not going to like that. See, sometimes it's better to hear more from new people rather than the experienced person, right? See, they come in with a new view, fresh ideas.
That's right.
Now, I know some leaders are not going to like that, but that's okay. That's all right. You'll get over it. I have a couple people that I rely on for feedback, for discussions, and I highly value their opinion. They came to me one day and said, every time we come to you, sometimes we bring you ideas and I don't think you hear us. I don't think you're really listening. And now, again, these are 2 people that I highly value and I rely on their opinion. I rely on their opinions for me to make good decisions. Well, so I had to sit down, I had to reflect, I had to change what I was doing to make sure that I was listening to these two valuable people. See, because if I didn't, those people would what would they do? They'd stop talking to me, right? They'd stop bringing me ideas and bringing me creative thoughts, right? So I decided that I would make sure that they know I hear them. I would acknowledge what they're saying with a head nod. I would also make sure that I would repeat what they were saying so that way we were connected. See, you may want to establish a code or a system to let them know you heard them. See, because here's why. You do want to see them develop. And that's what we're talking about today. You want to see those people develop. You want to see them go to a whole nother level. See, I got to make sure you understand this. I got to make sure that you get this. That doesn't mean that you agree with their every thought. You see what I'm saying? But you have to make sure that you help them develop. Right now, we're going to be going to a commercial in another minute here. But what I want to make sure that you get from these first 2 points. One, Johanna, people got to listen, right? I know sometimes you may call me sometimes and you may think I'm not listening, but I'm listening. All right. The next thing is I got to make sure that I ask you some good questions, right? You ask people good questions, and I guarantee you they will understand you better. They'll know that you are listening to them as well. They'll feel more valued. But we're going to continue talking to you about these 6 steps to developing other people on the other side of our commercial break. But let me tell you what, before we go to commercial, make sure you go to ibgr.network and check us out. Make sure you go and download the app. Once you download the app, then get in our community. Get involved. We want you to listen in. We want you to bring other people. You can hear us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all other kind of podcasts. And I know you're listening in from Russia and Mumbai, India, and Canada. I just want you to keep listening. Right now, you're listening to ibgr.network. You're listening to Talk to Leadership with Cedrick. Everybody needs a little TLC. Okay, so we are on a commercial break right now. So one of the things I want you to do is speak up louder so we can hear you.
Okay.
All right, because my voice is loud.
Oh, okay.
So you need to speak up louder.
Okay.
And also look at the chat in StreamYard, because I'm sending you messages in chat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So let me see. We'll be back here in another 2 minutes from commercial. But great job so far. I love the topic that we're talking about today. And folks that are out there listening to us live on Facebook and YouTube, I want you to also go to our community and download the app. We put the web link out there in the comments so that you can download that and enjoy that, and you can get the show notes for today. I put a lot of work into the show notes so that you get a feel for what we're doing, what we're talking about today, and you're involved. So I want you to go and get that app, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. You can see it, ibgr.community. And when you get that, man, I'll tell you what, that's why I like to call it IBGR on the go. And you're listening to Talk to Leadership with Cedrick. And today we have in studio with us Miss Johanna Rincon from Internal Alignment. Tell the people on Facebook and YouTube about yourself, Johanna.
Well, I am a mother. I am an entrepreneur, and I focus in my business in internal alignment. We work with youth, and we basically we feel that when values, thoughts, words, feelings, and actions are in alignment, we become more focused and our character gets stronger. And as a result, we can lead ourselves and others better. So that's our mission in internal alignment. We want to help young people and parents as well to to align themselves and to align those thoughts with those words and those feelings and those actions and to be the best version of themselves. So I'm excited to
Awesome.
be here today.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Um, we're going to go live back on the radio here in 7 seconds. Awesome. We are back and you're listening to IBGR Network. IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network. Yes, we are. We are a network. And I am your host, Cedrick LaFleur, and you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC, and today is Thursday, baby. And you know, when it's Thursday, I'm right here with you. This your boy, Ceddy. All right. So, and today I have sitting in the studio with me, Miss Johanna Rincon from Internal Alignment, and she's just kind of helping out, making the lesson even better today. So today we're talking about empowering others to develop others. Now, that's a very good topic, a noteworthy topic. And let's go ahead and go to number 3.
Absolutely. So step number 3, identify patterns, right? Pay attention to the way people analyze the situation and the way they make decisions. You know, what is the pattern of the person that I'm trying to empower? That is a great question to ask yourself. What is the pattern of the person I'm trying to empower? You know, we call these tell signs poker face, right? Are they analytical? You know, another great question you can ask yourself is, are they driven by emotions? Are they self-aware? Are they goal-oriented? Are they growth-oriented? You know, that's Cedrick, that reminds me, I had a very experienced employee that was a really good, she was really good at her job. And I noticed that I was treating her basically the same way I was treating the new employee. And I was being very prescriptive and directive with her. And I was becoming a manager and not a leader. And I didn't notice it at first. But once I noticed her performance change, then I asked her why. And we had a really good conversation. And then I realized that I was treating her different. And I was taking away from her skill strength. So that was a great, it was a great teaching for me as a leader. Sometimes we don't realize that we're not putting people on their strength zone. So just wanted to share that with our audience today. You know, if you really want to empower someone, you need to identify the patterns. You know, identify how people learn, identify how people accept responsibility, identify how people want to be held accountable. You know, we have a great tool, the DISC assessment. You know, use a DISC assessment to identify people. And and I know, Cedrick, you have all of these in your library, right? The sales, the leader sales, entrepreneur, growth assessment, communication, and also career assessment. And let me give you some benefits, right? Because some people might not know what DISC is, right? But let me give you some benefits that you receive, for example, on the sales assessment, right? When you do this assessment, you can identify your preferred style of selling and also understand your sales strength and limitations, which is really important to know, right? When you're selling. Also, you learn how to connect with potential buyers and find out what makes them tick. You know, using the matrix of customer buying styles, you learn how to sell to every type of person. And then you also receive a detailed sales impact report, and you get a clear picture of how to improve your sales report results and your performance. So I think that it's an awesome tool, and it's great that people know about this, Cedrick, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, anytime we can help give people more tools, more resources, That is just wonderful. And that's what we're trying to provide you with. We're not just trying to give you information. We're trying to provide you with resources. We're trying to help you better understand if better understand how we can help you get better. So it's about helping provide you resources that you can use. So if you want to help your team by taking different assessments, we have sales assessment, we have sales leader assessments, we have growth assessment. People want to understand how to grow. You want people to help better understand their career. We have a career assessment. You want your team to communicate better. We have a team communication assessment. We have all kind of assessments to help you and help your team go to a whole nother level. All you got to do is reach out to us. Again, I'm going to put it in the comments. It's LaFleurLeadershipInstitute.com, and we have those assessments for you. Now, let's go ahead to number 4 in the 6 steps to developing others. It's challenge people's thinking. Challenge people's thinking. You got to make people think. In other words, right, Johanna?
Right.
So making people think is, let me show you something. Let me just do a little sidebar right quick, and then I'm going to get back on it. Okay. So sidebar. See, giving people clear instructions does not challenge their thinking. It only challenges their bandwidth and their ability to act. See, some leaders think if they give that employee more things to do, that they're challenging their thinking. No, you're really not. See, if you really want to empower someone, you have to challenge the way they think. Oh, man, that's so good. Right there, Bill, I need you to go and put up a pay sign here because I just gave them something that they got to pay for. See, hey, look.
That was good. That was good, Cedrick.
Hey, they got to pay for this stuff, right? So here's the thing. If you really want to empower someone, you have to challenge the way they think. See, that empowers people. That helps people. Now, let me get off my sidebar, okay? So now, see, most leaders carry a lot of information in their brain. However, most employees don't get the benefit of that information, right? Yet, they are expected to make decisions and be held accountable for something that they don't even know about. Now, how many of you out there, be honest, how many of you out there, employees, have been held accountable for something that you didn't even know about, right? You had to run a play that you didn't even know the play was called, right? Now, leaders, now you got to ask yourself, how many times have you called a play in your head, but you didn't tell the people? You see, where there's no vision, the people will perish. Where there is no message, the people can't deliver. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so true, Cedrick. The information usually doesn't trickle down to the frontline staff. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So great leaders figure out how to take information from their mind and selectively share it with their people. Oh, man, I got to say that again. See, great leaders figure out how to take information from their mind and selectively share it with their people. Now, that's some powerful stuff right there. See, you got to challenge them with these type questions. What if? Imagine, could we? Oh, man, that's some good stuff right there. See, what if we could do this? What if this would happen? What if you did this? What if? Tonight, I want you to just dream about that. What if? Right? I want you to, the next question is, imagine if we could do this. Imagine if we did this. Imagine if. Whoo, man, what if, imagine if, and then the final one is, could we? Could we go to a different level if we did this? Could we take this program to a whole new heights if we did this? Could we? So it's very easy. What if, imagine if, and could we? Johanna, that's simple, right?
That was good. Talk about possibility thinking. That's it right there, Cedrick. I love
Absolutely. That. So you got to encourage your people to think outside the box. See, in other words, just kick the box open. Don't even worry about having a box. Right? Just kick the box open, right? Then some people want to provide insight and ideas Some people want to provide insights and ideas, but a leader wants to capitalize on insight and ideas with responsibility. Oh man, that's some good stuff right there. Hey, Bill, I'm going to need a pay raise on this because I'm giving a stowaway today. I'm sweating over here. Oh man, I'm just giving you some good stuff today. Thank you, Johanna, for being here today. You got me on fire. I love this. See, the best way to get people thinking is to give them responsibility and to watch their performance. See, so many times we want to wait for people to impress us with their thinking before we give them responsibility. See, my challenge to you is give them responsibility, and that responsibility challenges their thinking. Now, that right there is just that's just too much. Let's just stop right there, because see, we can't go any further yet. We don't want to give them all the secrets. We've got a couple minutes before we go to commercial. Let's just stop and marinate on this for a second, Johanna. So you talked about help them identify patterns, right? They got to be analytical. They got to be emotionally driven, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Now we identify these patterns, and we identify these patterns through different type of assessments, right? Then we got to challenge their thinking process. So have you ever challenged somebody's thinking before, Johanna?
I have, yeah. I had to do it in the past in my previous job. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's very important if you want your team to grow. You need to challenge your thinking.
Well, you're absolutely right. So, hey, I just got a message from Bill. Bill is the big boss, man. And here's what he said. He says he's going to pay me 5 times more than what he's paying me right now. Now, that's a pay raise that you guys got me right on the air. Now, you see what I'm saying? This is some good stuff right here, right? Now, 5 times 0 is what, though? See what I'm saying? This is wrong. See? That's just wrong. But you're listening to IBGR Network, folks, and we just love having fun. We love adding value to you, and that's why Miss Johanna Rincon from Internal Alignment is here today, so we can add value to you, to your business, and to your community. Now, we want you to go and download that app and go to the App Store and go to the Play Store. And all you have to do is type in IBGR, and what's going to happen is you're going to see IBGR Business Growth Radio pop up. What I want you to do is to click download, and you don't even need your wallet. There's no cost to you to get that app. And then you're going to have what we call IBGR to go in your hand. And that's going to be so much power in your hand when you get that app. And I want you to get it because I want you to be able to listen to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know what? Everybody needs a little TLC, and we are having fun with you today. And we will be right back after this great commercial break. So stay tuned. All right, so we are in segment. We're going to be going on to segment number 3 here after this commercial break. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're on the show today, and
love the energy.
Yes, I know that our audience is loving it as well. And for those who are listening, you can see us visually. You know, I know you're looking over there at Johanna. You're not looking at me. I get it. I get it. It's okay. I even have a hard time looking at me sometimes, right? But I didn't have glasses on. So, you're right, Donna. Everybody needs a little TLC. And today they are getting it. So when we come back from break, folks, so we're on break we're on commercial on the radio show. So for everybody that's listening to us live on the video, I want you to do this for me. If you like what you're hearing today on the show, what I want you to do is to just give me a thumbs up. If you like what we're bringing to you, just give me a thumbs up, right? And say you like it. Or if you can't do a thumbs up, then say I like. Right. Just say that I like, you know, that may be a whole new song. I like, and I'm getting me some TLC. I like. All right. So we'll be back from commercial break here in just in about another minute and a half. So we're going to go through these last 2 sections, Johanna, and then we'll have one more commercial break after that. Folks, I want you to stay tuned in. I want you to go get that app, and I want you to put on your calendar Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Every Thursday, we'll be here with you talking leadership. So, Johanna, any questions, any comments? You want to say anything to the audience?
No, I mean, I'm just having a great time here, and it's my first experience in a radio show, so I'm loving it. I love the energy and the whole dynamic about this. So thank you so much for the invitation, and thank you for everybody that's tuning in, and thank you for your support and all the, if put a comment like Cedric said, are you liking it? Are you liking the TLC that Cedric is giving you today? I mean, it's an awesome show, and I'm sure if you think this is going to add value to someone that go ahead and share it. Right? Don't keep it to yourself. Share it, and somebody that might benefit from this information.
Yep. All right, we'll be back here. All right, we're back, and you're listening to IBGR Network. IBGR is our call sign, ladies and gentlemen, but we are more than it's our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and I am your host, Cedrick LaFleur, and you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedric, and everybody needs a little TLC, especially on Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. Today, we're talking about empowering others to empower others, right? That just sounds so good, just saying it right there, right? So we have with us a guest host in the studio today, and that's Miss Johanna Rincon from Internal Alignment. Welcome, Johanna.
Thank you. Thank you, Cedric. Great to
awesome.
be here.
So are you enjoying the show today?
I'm loving it. I love it. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Awesome. So we were talking about the 6 ways to empower other people by developing other people. So we are on number 5, and let me dive right into number 5. Let me recap for people who are just getting here. The first thing of the 6 is to ask questions often. The second one is to listen closely. The third one is to identify patterns. The fourth one was to challenge people's thinking. And number 5 is encourage a focus on solutions. See, I learned early on that most leaders don't like challenges without a solution. See, challenge your team to always have a solution, have 2 to 3 solutions when they want to bring a challenge forward. But always remember to tell them that at least one of those solutions has to have them involved in it, right? See, one, that's going to drop down all of the challenges that they have. And then 2, you're going to make sure that they've thought through the process, right? See, people don't know what they have, that they have the right to have a solution. If they don't know that, they're going to be paralyzed by a problem. You see, that means that they're not going to know how to fix it. See, you don't want your people paralyzed. You want your people bringing solutions, right? Hey, Kenrick out there, I see you listening. Welcome, brother. I'm glad you're tuning in today. He says he's getting his dose of TLC on IBGR today. So I love it, brother. Keep on bringing it, man. Keep on listening in and keep encouraging people to download that app. Now, there are 4 types of people, and I want to explain to you these 4 types of people, and don't take this personal, folks. I'm just explaining. I'm just the messenger. You see, at the radio station, they make me say these 4 type people. I would never say this. Okay, so I'm just kidding. All right, so here are the 4 types of people. The first one is the troubleshooters, right? See, people that are always looking for trouble. We all know these type of people. They are on every team, right? Now let me kind of get into the troubleshooter, right? And then tell me if you recognize some of these people on your team. The troubleshooters, see, we don't ever empower these people. I mean, they will paralyze creativity and progressive thinking in your organization. See, they love talking about the sky is falling. They want to talk about how it fell and how heavy it will be to pick it up. You know those troublemakers, right? Mm-hmm. Right. See, so how do you handle these type people, Johanna? See, let me tell you, you have to handle them individually. See, we're not going to focus on problems. See, we're going to focus on solutions. You know what I'm saying, Johanna?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now let me go on this little sidebar a little bit here. See, I had an employee like this one time, and I sat down with him and I said, look, see, you're extremely valuable to this team and to the organization and to what we do. However, if you go into another meeting and you only want to focus on the problem, there are going to be one of two outcomes that's going to happen. Now, I had to have a serious conversation with him. I said, see, I'm going to dismiss you from the meeting, which will embarrass you, and I don't want to do that. So don't put me in that position, right? All right. The second thing is, the second alternative is, I will ask you to send me an email with your thoughts. So that way we know we have them captured. However, I will never invite you to another meeting. So you have a choice, right? So going forward, for every problem, I want you to come up with two solutions, and you have to be in one of those solutions. That's the way we handle that. And that's the troublemaker. The next type of person you have, the target solutions people. See, these people target solutions. See, I want these type people on the team. You want these type people on the team. See, because they're looking to take your team to another level. The third person you have is called the problem solver. See, I don't really want these people. I want an opportunity specialist. You see what I'm saying? Not a problem solver. I want an opportunity specialist. See, these people are always looking for a problem to solve. I really want someone that sees a problem and wants to make an opportunity out of it. They're called opportunity specialists. Now, you know those type people, right? We have one right here on our team. She helps lead the team. Donna, she's an opportunity specialist. She sees something and she resolves it. She gets it fixed for us, right? Opportunity specialist. Those are the people you want on the team. And then now here's the definition of the opportunity specialist. These are people that see a problem and want to make an opportunity out of it. They try to help fix it. These are people that want to empower other people. These are, see, many leaders empower the troubleshooters because they like to know that things are problematic. That's not right, though. See, place the right people in the right position. Put your best people where they can make the best of an opportunity. You see? And that's what we have to do in our organizations, people. And I know I was kind of kidding when I was talking about these 4 types of people, but I was really serious, right? Now, here's how you help people operate in their strength zone. And I have this in your show notes if you go and get those show notes, right? So here's what you do. You have people focus 70% of the time on their strengths, 25% of the time on areas that they'd like to improve, not what you like to improve, what they would like to improve. And then 5% of the time on areas of weakness. See, it's very simple. It's easy, right? See, countless athletes play multiple sports as kids, but the ones who go on to play college or professionally almost always give up a sport they play well to focus on the one that they can become great at. See, the same applies to you in your business. See, identify your natural talents and pursue them with passion. The same thing applies for your employees. Identify your natural strengths, their natural strengths, and have them pursue them with passion. You see, research even bears this out. See, for years, Gallup has studied that the advantages of developing strengths instead of trying to fix weaknesses. See, one finding said people who use their strengths every day are 6 times more likely to be encouraged on the job. 6 times more likely to be engaged on the job, right? See, you won't push yourself to new heights if your heart isn't in your work. Now think about that, Johanna. If your heart is not in the work, are you going to push yourself?
Absolutely not. I think that it's a great point, and a lot of leaders think that it's the opposite, and it's not. If you don't have your heart on it, you won't perform to the level of of expectations that your company has. So it's a really good point.
Right. So let's go into number 6, Johanna, and see if we can do this one before the commercial break.
Absolutely. So number 6 is model the importance of reflection. One of the most important things a leader can do is to take time to think. In the book of The Call to Solitude, Esther Buchholz, she noted that others inspires us, information feeds us, practice improves our performance, but we need quiet time to figure things out and emerge with new discoveries to unearth original answers. I absolutely love that, Cedric. It is a hardship from a leader who does it all. There's a lot of leaders out there, right, Cedric, that they want to do it all. And that's a really hard shift, to be a leader that does it all, to transition into a leader who shares responsibilities and empowerment.
Right.
You have to overcome insecurities. The leader must overcome the belief, that they have to do it all themselves. I have said that in the past, but that thinking, it's really short-sighted. So you have to invest in your people in order for them to grow. And you need to know your people, and you need to know in time that they will develop as leaders. We need to have a very clear direction on who our people are and who's ready to grow as a leader. So here are 3 questions you can model in this reflection as you do your reflection, right? What did I learn today? How does it apply? And when can you implement that? So what did I learn? How does it apply? And when can you implement that? Those are 3 powerful questions that you can start implementing in your reflection, in your meditation, however you call that, right?
Right. So we're going to hold that final thought until we come back from commercial break. But one of the things that I want us to let's see, we got to go commercial here in another minute. So one of the things that I want us to kind of hit on before we go to commercial break and is these 3 questions to model in reflection. Right. I absolutely love that. But one of the things that you said up top is other people inspire us. Right. Information feeds us. Right. And that is definitely true. We look for other people to help us grow and inspire us and motivate us and encourage us. Well, we should be also looking internally for those type things. But then information feeds us. If the leader gives people information, it feeds the team, right? Again, it goes right back to that where there's no vision, of people will perish. Now, guys, I need you to go and download that app. IBGR, right on the Play Store or on the App Store. Download that app. You're listening to Talk to Leadership with Cedrick here, the IBGR network, and everybody needs a little TLC. When it's Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, you should be tuned in to IBGR network. We'll be right back after this short break. Awesome. So for those who are listening in can see us on Facebook and YouTube. We are on commercial break on the radio right now, and but we're still here live with you. And if you have any comments, if you want to say something to us, definitely say it. We'll pop it up on the screen so we can we can get that addressed. If you have any comments for us or anything like that, definitely do that. And then join our community. We want you to join our community so that we can interact with you and you can interact with us. Okay. And Johanna, are you enjoying yourself today? Speak up louder so I can hear you.
I'm loving it. This is a great dynamic here, and I'm really excited. And I'm very I feel humble for the opportunity. Thank you so much, Cedrick.
Yeah, awesome.
You're on fire today.
Hey, we got to be on fire. They tell me that when people, when you're on fire, people will come from miles and miles around to see you burn. So I want to have people come watch me burn. Plus, I got a pay raise today, 5 times more. That's just awesome.
Right on
there. So awesome. Let me grab a drink right quick and we'll be right back from commercial soon. and we'll go into our final session with you. And Johanna's going to, when we come back from break, Johanna's going to give you a final thought. And then we're going to, I have a little bonus that I'm going to try to share with you in our final time together today. You know, I always like to try to bring you a little bit extra. So the folks who are watching us virtually on Facebook and YouTube, you're going to get this bonus today. The folks on the radio normally just get this bonus, but guess what? You're going to get the bonus today. So I'm excited to bring that to you.
That's great.
Yes, and just in case you just joined, we're on commercial break. For the folks on Facebook and YouTube, we're on commercial break on the radio, and we'll be back here in about 30 seconds, and then we will get started with the show. Once again, I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm glad you tuned in with us. And if you enjoy if you like what you're hearing, then just give us an I like, and that will be great. All right. So we are 10 seconds away coming back from commercial. All right, we are back and you're listening to IBGR Network. You know, IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and I am your host, Cedrick LaFleur, and you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC, and I'm on the radio now, folks. And today we're talking about empowering others to develop others. Right. So I want you to go, if you're just tuning in, go to the App Store or go to the Play Store and download the app. Just type in IBGR and the app is going to pull up. It's going to say IBGR Business Growth Radio. Click download, get that app, and in the palm of your hands, you're going to have IBGR to go with you. And with that, what do you get? You get to listen to this show and all the shows that we have on IBGR Network. The other thing that you get, you have our community of commerce, and we have a lot of things to share with you in that community of commerce. We have you can get to see all the other on-air talent that we have. You can get to enjoy. We have several ebooks on there from our different seasons on there. And then you just can connect with us. If you want to connect with us with our business, you can connect with us right in that app. So I'm excited for that. So Johanna Rincon is with us today from Internal Alignment. Johanna, go ahead and share our final thought with the folks today.
Absolutely. And this final thought, so we were talking about modeling the importance of reflection, right? And here's our final thought. And this is actually a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. He says, the best executive is one who has the sense enough to pick good people to do what he wants done and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do it. I absolutely love that, Cedrick. And that was our final thought for the last point that we had on modeling the importance of reflection.
Absolutely. And we've been talking all day today about empowering others to develop others. Now, here is what I call bonus. Now, you're going to get this bonus, and I'm not going to charge you for it this time. But next time, they twist my arm today and said, Cedrick, if you charge them for this bonus, we're firing you. So, I'm not going to charge you for it. Okay. All right. I'm going to give it to you. All right.
Give him the bonus. Come on, Cedrick.
All right, I'll be good and I'll give them the bonus. All right, here we go. So there's 5 bonus questions that all leaders should ask their team. You see, we're talking about developing teams, but there are questions that you have to ask. So go ahead and get a pen, get a pencil, get a piece of paper, and you write down these 5 bonus questions. See, if I have to tell them to you twice, I have to charge you. But since I'm only going to tell them to you once, because you can write them down, then I won't have to worry about charging you. But here we go. All right. So these 5 bonus questions. We're running out of time. I can't. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So 5 bonus questions that all leaders should ask their team. The first question is, wait, what? See, too often we jump to conclusions without having information. So asking, wait, what, is an exercise in understanding, see, which is critical to making informed judgments and decisions. See, whether you're in the office or you're in the boardroom. Wait, What? You can even try that at home, right?
What?
Number two, you should ask, I wonder why, or I wonder if. See, children are better than adults at asking questions everywhere around the world. Nothing is beyond interrogation for a child, right? 7-year-olds, I think, make the best salespeople because they always ask, well, why is that? When you tell them that, well, why is that? When you tell them again, well, why is that? You see, as an adult, we get out of that questioning phase. See, by asking, I wonder why, is the first step in overcoming the inertia that can stifle growth and the opportunity for leaders and employees alike, right? See, that's because it leads to the perfect follow-up. See, I wonder if things could be done differently. Uh-oh, you see what I'm saying? See, it opens things up. See, this can begin the process of creating change by sparking the interest and curiosity of those people who work on your team. Now, that's good, Johanna, right?
That was really good. Yes, absolutely. We need to be more curious. We need to ask more questions.
Absolutely. Now, one time one mother told her 7-year-old daughter, because she was asking so many questions, she goes, stop asking so many questions. Curiosity killed the cat. Then the little girl said, well, what did the cat want to know? You see, so number three of questions that leaders should be asking of their teams, couldn't we at least? See, most of us have had the experience of sitting through a contentious meeting, right, where stakeholders are polarized, progress is stalled, and consensus is a pipe dream. It's nowhere to be found. See, asking, couldn't we at least, is the question that can help you and your colleagues get unstuck on an issue. See, it can get you started on the first step, even if you're not entirely sure where you're going to end up. See, perhaps you might first find some common ground by asking, couldn't we at least agree on some basic principles, or couldn't we at least begin and reevaluate at a later time? You see how that works? Now, number four, man, I'm giving you all these bonuses. Whew. Let me take my glasses off for a second here. I'm giving you all the bonuses away. I'm giving all of them away. So number four is the questions that leaders should ask is, how can I help? Johanna, you want to read that one? It's just so good.
Absolutely. So how can I help? The instinct to lend a hand to someone in need, it's one of our most admirable traits as a human being, Cedrick. But we often don't stop to think about the best way to help others. Instead, you know what we do? We swope and we try to save the day, right? This frequently does more harm than good. It can unintentionally disempower or even insult those who need to take charge. So when a colleague, when a college or a direct report is in or a direct report, it's complaining about an issue or expressing frustration, rather than just jumping in to offer solutions, try asking, how can I help? This forces you to your colleague to think clearly about the problem to be solved, and then whether and how you can actually help them. It helps that person to define the problem, which is the first step towards owning and solving it. And I absolutely love that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying that I absolutely love that. Sometimes we just jump in and, something as simple as, how can I help you? It goes a really long way.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So here are the questions again. Wait, what? Number two is, I wonder why, or I wonder if. Number three is, couldn't we at least? Number four is, how can I help? And number five, what truly matters? What truly matters? See, this question might seem obvious, but I don't think any of us ask it often enough. For example, see, it's a useful way to simplify complicated situations like sensitive personnel issues. It can also help you stay grounded when you have grand ambitions. See, like an organizational restructuring, right? What truly matters, you got to understand that when you're going through some massive changes like that. Next thing is that, and I can make it even more. I'm sorry, and I can make even your weekly meetings, or it can make your, oh man, I'm getting tired here at the end of the show. And it can even make your weekly meetings more efficient and productive. Oh, Bill, there go those big words again, efficient and productive, by keeping people focused on the right priorities. See, asking this often will not only make your work life smoother, but also help you find balance in the broader context of your life. You see, I just love that. See, and then the last thing is, before we close out the show, leaders should ask these questions both on a daily basis and during crucial meetings. See, of course, these aren't the only questions to ask. Context certainly matters, but I have found that these 5 questions to be very practical and a useful way to ensure understanding, to generate new ideas, to inspire progress, to encourage responsibility, and to remain focused on what is genuinely important to the organization. Now, today, folks, we laid it out there for you. We gave you the framework and all the meat and potatoes of how to develop other people. You see, empowering others to develop others is one of those things that every organization, every business needs to do. And I hope today you learned something. I hope today you took away something that you can utilize in your business. If you didn't, come back next week, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to give it to you again. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day, for taking the time to let us pour into you, and to listen to Johanna, to listen to me here as the host. And I just want to thank you for giving IBGR an opportunity to come into your life. Now, folks, all jokes aside, I can tell you one thing. Here at IBGR, we care about business owners. We care about entrepreneurs, helping them to better understand how to elevate their business, how to take themselves and their business and their people and the organization that matters to them to a whole nother level. You've been listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick here at IBGR Network. And you know, everybody needs a little TLC, and it's Thursday, and I will be back next Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. So set your clocks, set your dials, go download the app at the App Store, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.